Hello guys, good morning. So we are now showing you another video for Dodge Ram 2500 2020. So what I'm doing now is I'm planning to remove the wheel bearing because there's a very bad movement already for the front tire passenger side. So make sure I already put the stopper on the rear portion in this truck and the front portion of the other wheel. So make sure that the stoppers are or will install or will perfectly put. Then I doing a jack using a hydraulic jack to lift up this other side of the front tire, the passenger side. So I I use the jack stand for that. So the heavier jack stand I used the big one because this truck was it's not so heavy but it's way heavier, so make sure the jack stand is strong and stable. So yeah, don't rely on the hydraulic jack when you are doing any car or especially in car tire removal. So use a jack stand. I used two jack stands on this portion, one in the front side and one in the near in the tire. So to make sure that for the safety when we are doing this kind of job. So yeah, guys, yeah, that's the second jack stand that I use uh, for this truck. So yeah, you need to do some jack stand for that, guys, so that I try to lift up a little bit because the other jack stands in the middle portion is not uh, reaching the stable stopper on inside the car. So make sure if you put the jack stand, look at the stable stopper or the hardest portion of the car, especially the frame. You can put the jack stand uh, on that frame that you think that this is that was stable, not like the body, because the body it will bend. So now I already done the two jack stands, so this is the time to remove the tire. So these tires I use my impact gun with impact socket with, I think this is a 24 millimeter impact socket. So it's I think it is 8 bolt 8 bolt tire because this is a heavy duty truck. So we need to remove that bolt, the lug nut bolt, lug nut. So using my impact, the heavier impact to remove that lug nut bolt. So this is the first step when we remove the wheel bearing. So now the tire was stuck on the caliper or the rotor. So I need to make sure that you ham the tire, not the rim. You ham the rubber tire only. You hammer the rubber tire, not the rim, because it will damage the rim. So make sure you hit the rubber only for using this one. So this is the way how I remove the tire when it was stuck in the rotor, because sometimes it was stuck. This car, guys, this tire is it will stick on because there is heat when the bearing was already damaged, and there's like a grounding metal to meters already. So what's happened for this truck is they are running on the highway, then he called me that it's okay to drive this kind of thing. The ABS sensor, the ABS was appeared in the dashboard, and he heard grinding sounds I told him, advised him, no, you need to stop this kind of thing because yeah, it will damage more, or maybe you have an accident, or if the tire will fall off when you are traveling, so you need to stop. So luckily he followed me and he called for towing company. So so that's what's happening that time. So now I'm looking for planning to, I already removed the tire, so I'm going to remove the brake pad and the brake cylinder. I need to remove that one. I think I'm using the 17 millimeter for the brake bolt pin. You need to remove that the brake bolt pin first. So I'm using the 17 millimeter for that. So I use the my one whole set of the socket rings so that I cannot go back and forth to my toolbox. So it's a little bit saver time, so that sometimes when I'm making a job, so I always back and forth in my toolbox. So now I use this full set so that I can save time to do some work. So now I'm removing the other portion, the lower portion for this uh, pin bolt for this. So let's say, yeah, I already removed the lower portion. Then next I'm removing the upper portion for the pin bolt. It's a 17 millimeter pin bolt. Sometimes it's hard because the pin bolt for the brake was something like rotational. So you need to put some rings to stop the rotation for the pin bolt. But it's not because these guys this required torque for this pin bolt is just only 24 uh, foot per pounds. The torque for this pin bolt is not so hard to remove, but sometimes it's hard because it will follow the other portion, the pin. It will follow because but there's a portion that you can use stopper tools for that to not to remove the pin bolt. Let's see guys, I'm already removing that pin bolt for that. Yeah, that's the thing. I'm looking for the stopper for the pin bolt so that it will not turning the pin, and the the bolt was removed. So yeah, I'm using the stopper already because sometimes it's stuck and sometimes it's turning. So that portion, the lower portion is turning, so I need to put some stopper on the back so that I can loosen the bolt. Yeah, I think I already removed that portion already. So what I'm doing now guys, this video is the process of how to remove the wheel hub bearing. So the wheel hub bearing assembly in this model, the Dodge Ram 2500 2020, was this is already an assembly, including the wheel hub, the bearing, and the ABS sensor. So it's a little bit expensive for this part because it's luckily because he bought it in the dealership. It's almost $450 for the whole set already. But I look at in the original parts in the Mopar websites, it's almost 620. But yeah, I already removed the brake caliper. So now I'm looking for a flat screwdriver and the tie, because we need to tie up this brake caliper to make sure it will not falling down, because there is a brake line on this, so make sure that it will not bended or it will not force to bring it down, because if there's a leak in the braking system, it's very bad. So I tied that one perfectly, and make sure that it was stable and it will not move, so that the brake hose, it will not damage. The that's the way how, and be careful for doing that one. That's a key point for doing the brake line, because if there's something twisted in the brake line and it will have a leak, that's a big problem again. So make sure that you tight up the brake cylinder, so that the hose, it will not twisted or it will not forcefully falling down. Then, because it will forcefully falling down, because the cylinder is heavy, so there's a possibility that the tire was the hose was leaking. So now I'm looking to loosen the brake caliper holder. So I think this bolt is like uh, 24 millimeter bolts. So this one is very uh, high torque. So I look at in the manual, it says like 270 foot pounds torque requirement. So that's is not an easy, that's a heavy one. So yeah, I try to loosen that one, guys. So now I'm finding to put some, to heat up first before to loosen that one. So I grab my torch. So I need to heat up that one first, especially in the upper portion. I noticed that there is already a grinding mark on the tip of the bolt because of the bad bearing. So yeah, I need to heat up that one first, guys, because that torque, that bolt is a little bit heavier, because imagine it's 270 foot per pounds, the torque for that. So it's heavier, so we need to heat up that one so that it will lose a little bit. Then we use the breaker bar. So because this truck is a big truck, so all the bolts, all the torques requirements is very heavy. So see that one, so it's very heavy. Try to the breaker bar, the use of the breaker bar is just to break up the tighten capability of the bolt. Then if it was already break, we can use the ratchet already. So that's the function. So now I using the ratchet to remove that bolt. Yeah, that what I mentioned before, this bolt, the upper portion was a little bit heavy, because the tip of this bolt was already grinding during the time that he using this, and he never noticed that there's already the problem for his tire. So that's why very careful if you are driving. So you are be aware in your surrounding. If there is something you hear an unfamiliar sound, so you need to stop and look at what's going on. If you don't know what's going on, or ask a help for the some mechanic, call some mechanic that you know, what can I do, because I heard a grinding sound. So luckily he called me, because what he did is something like, he 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 already called for the towing on this. Then the towing company bring it to the small town that have a mechanic there. But the problem for that is, the mechanic told him, the shop told him that he can work this truck for maybe next week, because they have a lot of schedule. So what he did, he decided to drive in our place, so that he can find some mechanic in our place, because we are the same place. And he decided to drive this truck But after maybe after 30 minutes or he called me and he said what he's saying to me is uh, the ABS light was appeared in his dashboard and he heard a grounding sound. So what in my mind that time, because the ABS was already appearing, that's meant that there is already a bad heat in this tire, because the ABS I think was burning already, and he hear a grounding sound. So I told him, no, you cannot drive that one. You need to stop and call the towing, because if you continuously grinding, so there's a lot of damages will coming out. Maybe the tire was burning or like that, because metal to metal grinding or grinding already. So and it will cost you a lot of money to fix everything, because maybe not only the brake hub will damage, maybe it will damage also the caliper, it will damage also the tire. And so I told him stop it and called it. And luckily he followed. So yeah, that's why this bolt that I'm working is have a grinding in the tip. That's why it's hard to remove, even though we use already the breaker bar, but it's hard to remove. So yeah, the bolt that I'm removing, guys, just only the two bolts for the brake holder, the brake caliper holder. But this toe bolt is very big. That I think 24-inch bolt. No, 24 millimeter bolt. That means. So this video, guys, is only per part for removal of the brake of the bearing hub, and I do another video for the installation of this. So this it's not easy job, guys, because the bolt is a big one and it's hard to remove. Although this car is almost 24 years old already, for it's 2020, but some other parts was already rusty. But this bolt was that's why it's hard, because it was already grinding to the other end. That's why it's hard.
Guys, a little bit harder because you see this one, it will already grounding because of the bearings not doing very well, it's already loose. So this one is metal to metal contact already. So this brake also you see this guy. So this is the end of the bolt was grinding already. That's why it's hard to remove.
So now I'm breaking the lower portion of the bolt of the brake holder. So using my breaker bar. It's not easy, guys, because I told you this is almost 240, I think, pounds for this. So we need to break that. Yeah, I already break. But the lower portion, guys, is not so hard, because oh, not it. Not I need to put some heat first before I do some breaking. The lower portion is not so hard when it will loosen because there's no grinding portion of that. The only the upper portion have a grinding mark because of the bad bearing. So what I'm doing, guys, is I'm removing the pin because there's a rubber on that. So I need to remove before because I need to heat up that lower portion. So I need to remove that, that pin. So now I try to second time, but no, I need to hit up first. I need to hit up first. So I need to hit up that one first before, because yeah, it's a 24 millimeter bolt and it's 240 foot-pounds. It's not so easy to break up that kind of things. So yeah, if you are working in the big truck or something like that, so that's a big job, guys. It's not easy. That's why here in Canada, if you are a heavy duty mechanics, you have a big rate because it's not easy. It's the torque is very high, so you need to make high. It's not like light job. You need to put some strength, you can put some force to remove some bolts and make sure the safety is very important in this kind of job. So in my safety tools, I put two jack on this front side, then I put both wheel have a stopper. The three wheel I put both have a stopper.
This is the breaker part.
Make sure everything was safe if the truck will not remove. So now I already use I loosen the breaker to my breaker bar, so I use my ratchet already. So you see this one, guys, the lower portion is not hard to remove because there is no damage on the end of the board, so I easily remove that one, guys. Yeah, it's easy to remove. Yeah, the holder was
So this is the
removed
brake
already.
holder, and the bad thing with this is you see this, it's already grinding, and this portion was already grinding. I don't know if it will work, but I recommend to replace this one. It's already so much. It's already almost a quarter of already removed, so it's not good enough because this is a brick. So almost a quarter of it was grinding already. It's not good.
What I'm doing next is I need to remove this brake rotor. This brake rotor, we need to it will I think little bit hard because what I said, it already during this process, because the brake was already totally damaged, and the bearing was totally damaged, so there is a heat application or heat already in this time. That's why it's hard. It will stick already in in the the wheel hub, the caliper, the rotor. So we need to patiently hit that rotor so that it will remove. It's a lot of time, guys. I just fast forward this video already, but it's a lot of time because it's hard to remove this rotor. I need to I need to apply heat, then knocking, then put another thing. So yeah, that's the way how we remove, because it's what already stick in the hub. So in this kind of job, guys, is you need to not in hurry, to be so patient, because if you are not patient on this kind of job, maybe other parts was damaged. So patient, hitting, knocking, hitting, knocking, hitting. So that's the way how we remove this, guys. So after this heating up, so I try to loosen the 4 bolts, because in the bearing hub there's a 4 bolts that's holding on this the in the inner. So that 4 bolts, guys, the torque for that is 270 foot per pound. So also a big hype. Yeah,
Yes,
this
this
is
is
the
already
this is the, guys, the
this is the
bearing that I
bearing hub
already
that
removed.
we removed. It's
So
already
this
bad. It's very very bad
bolt
already,
was
guys.
so that's all, guys, for this video. This is the part 1 video for the how to remove the bearing. And don't forget to subscribe and like and comment for my video. Thank you so much, guys.